Alright, what's up guys? Today I have a new Bitcoin analysis video for you. I just wanted to get this out, kind of wrap up the end of the year. Happy holidays to you all. I hope you have got to spend some time kind of away from the charts with your friends, your family, all that. I'm not trading at the moment. I haven't been for kind of the last 2 weeks almost, week or two. I probably won't until Monday. Just because I got some stuff to work on and all that. But yeah, I just wanted to get this analysis video out to you and kind of just go over my thoughts on Bitcoin. I'm going to try to keep it pretty short, so yeah, let's just go ahead and hop into it. I don't have any levels marked out, so this is going to be a fresh kind of top down here. First level, I'm going to mark out here as resistance, and this level as support. I need to change it here for the monthly time frame. I'm marking out these levels because it's basically where we're trading at right now. It's pretty much the key range. You can see that this candle was basically the up move before the down move, which is like a supply zone or order block, whatever you want to call it. Once price retested it, it didn't act as resistance. We basically just broke above it, closed above it, and then now this would be considered something like a breaker, or really just kind of a little break in market structure and retest of a level. But basically closed above it, retested it as support, pushed higher. I don't know how to get this thing off my cursor here. Maybe I should use something else. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, so closed above it, retested, used as support, pushed up and set that high. Price came back down, used it as support again here, and then on this candle here, we closed inside of the range, or basically below that level, and then you can see that we retested it and then went to retest the bottom. The bottom here basically was used as support once, twice, and then on the third candle here we closed below it. Price retested it up here and then got rejected and sold off. So now you can see like this candle kind of front running the bottom here, but then once we pushed up into this level at 7727, price came and sold off down to 63.83. So let's see, on the monthly time frame, I'm going to mark out this level as well. It's basically the up move before this down move that broke market structure, and this was kind of closed inside the range. So I think that's kind of an important level here at 8,300. And then I'm going to mark out the monthly open. There you go. So price is currently below the monthly open. We only have, today's the last day of the month, but yeah, I'll go ahead and go down to the weekly. I think that's it here. First off, I want to mark out the weekly open. Something really interesting about the weekly candle here. I mentioned this, I was in a conversation with somebody on Twitter yesterday. I kind of forgot who it was, but I'm sure you can go find the chart. But basically they posted a chart talking about the top wick of the weekly candle. I think his Twitter account is exit scammed. I think that's it. I'm not sure. You can go to my replies or whatever, but basically we were talking about how this candle has no top wick. And you can see here is another candle that has no top wick. This candle had no top wick. And this candle had no top wick. Right? And what do they all have in common? They are all big sell-offs, large impulse candles. So you can see here, basically here. I guess this does have a top wick, barely. But anyways, these top wicks, basically there's no top wick. So basically price nukes off of the weekly open. Usually close below Monday's low, and then we start to get it like a down week and kind of an expansion candle. So that's something to watch out for, considering we have not been able to close above the monthly open at all. Like, check this out. No candles. If you go down to the daily here, the monthly open, no daily closes above the monthly open. And just barely closed above it here. But anyways, that is a key level, and we have not been able to close above it. And also we have tested the monthly resistance level or the key range, and we were not able to close above that as well. So it's kind of looking like we're gonna get some more downside to me. Even if we were to get like kind of a scam pump, something like this, I think it would get rejected around 8,300, 83 to 8,500. I think somewhere around there. But to me, it's looking like we're getting more downside now. If we were to come down here to the bottom of the key range here at 63.83, if it broke, I would be looking at this level of support. It's a key weekly level here. You can see it was basically the floor here, used as support a few times, or quite a bit, and closed below it, price went lower. So kind of like a under over pattern for the most part if it was to come down here and hold as support. And then kind of the next level what I'd be looking at is this demand zone here. Basically the consolidation on the daily time frame that led to this big up move here. I don't really think that there's too many levels here on the weekly time frame. I will mark out this level of support is basically the lowest close of this consolidation range. You can see that price sold off, came down here, closed off the open, came down, took out the low, then pushed up, and then once price retested this level, you can see, or we weren't able to close below it yet. So that is a key level at 6,900. So that's kind of like the next support that we need to break before we can, expect the range low down here to get tested. On the weekly time frame, I think that's it. But you can see basically, oh no, something I wanted to point out though was this candle here. Basically, if you look at since this pump, we had this high, and none of these highs have taken out the previous week's high. So basically consecutive lower highs if you're using the wicks until last week. So that is something to take note of. You see we had a high, these are lower highs, did not take out the previous week's high all the way down here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then here on this 9th candle, we did take out the previous week's high. So that's just something to note. But really, if you're using candle bodies for market structure like I do, we had the highs, the lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Even if price was to pump up here, and then go back down, it's still like a lower high. So I would not really be flipping bullish until we're to break like 8,300. If we were to start to get some higher time frame closes above 8,300, then I would really flip bullish. But like, I don't know. Obviously, if we get some closes above the monthly open, which I guess the monthly open is tomorrow, or the monthly close is today, the end of today. So that monthly open, obviously the last month's open, but it's been a key level. So if we start to get some closes above there, then you could probably look for some scalps up to the top of this range, and then maybe up here to 8,300. But I don't know. I'm leaning bearish for sure. I've been bearish pretty much for a while now. I don't really see too many reasons to change that until we start to get some bullish signs, because we're in a pretty clear downtrend here. Let's go to the daily time frame. So let's see what levels on the daily. There's not a lot on the daily, honestly, because the weekly and the monthly pretty much we've just been ranging, going sideways in between these levels. So I don't know if this is kind of a trend line. And no, it doesn't really look like one too much, but I mean, kind of had this support here, and then now we're below it. I wouldn't really trade off this, but it is just kind of an easy way to see that we're breaking some lows here. And this looks like the clear next support level. And if price did hold here, then you might be able to look for some scalps up to the weekly open. But if we're looking at like, let's see, lower time frames, because there's not really a lot on the daily. Turn on Storm's volatility calibrated ATR. It's something I use quite a bit. So it is we have a bearish ATR with a sell signal. Price retested it up here and it went lower. So until this flips on a higher time frame, it's been a good idea to be bearish. Let me turn these off real quick. Yeah, so basically if you look at these session breaks, I don't know if you can see them right now. Okay, hopefully you can see them now. Here's Monday's price action, right? If you look, here is Monday's low. Because we set this low, I think. Let me go to H1 real quick. Yeah, we set this low after the daily open. So this is Monday's low. And it's something I use quite a bit. Monday's range. You can see off the weekly open here, price sold off, pushed back into the weekly open, got rejected, came and set that low. And then today on Tuesday, we've taken out the low, then consolidated for a while, got kind of a like a scam wick pretty much up into the supply zone, right? So this is a supply zone, basically the consolidation before the sell-off that broke these lows. Price consolidated, formed a range, then we got like the scam wick up into the supply zone, closes the SFP of this little range here, and a bearish engulf, because if you look at this candle here, we took out the high and the low and closed below the low. So that's a bearish engulf. Then we went on to close below Monday's low. And change that. So I would not be surprised if the high of the week is in and we get more downside over the next few days. I mean, we're basically flipping these support levels, right? Here was support, pretty much. Here was support, price closed below it, consolidated, retested it, and went lower. Here was support, price closed below it, retested it, and is going lower now, kind of selling off. I think this was, let's see, here's Monday, Sunday, Wednesday, or Saturday, Friday, Thursday. Yeah, so basically you can see that like for the past week we were just ranging. And this is last Monday's low. So you can see once price came below the low, closed below it, we did get some price action above it for a little bit, but then we turned it down for the next few days. Kind of got the scam wick. I mean, this was really not a good week to be trading anyways, so I hope you were able to take off on some of this, but really, there's two main levels that price went up into. Basically, this consolidation for the down move. Same thing here, right? Price retest it. You can see that the wicks basically push up into the supply zone, and then it's unable to close inside of it. So that's a pretty good technique for confirmation. If price pushes into a zone or a level, and gets rejected and unable to close inside of it or above it, below it, if you're bullish or whatever, but then that's a good sign that price is going to move in the opposite direction. You can see it did it here, and then here as well. This is the other supply zone. This consolidation before this down move, price pushes up into it, closes below it, goes down. You can also see that it uses zone again, pushed up into it, right? Previously, or traded above for just like a minute, came back down, and then used it as resistance again here, and sold off. So I'm gonna delete these zones because it's kind of messy, but I think we're in for some more downside over the next few days. I'm leaning bearish. I don't see too many reasons to be bullish right now. If you look here, these actually look pretty similar to me. So basically we have an impulse move up, consolidation, another impulse move, then we get like a sell-off, and then kind of like a rounded bottom type pattern, more or less just like a range, then like the scam wick in the middle, right, and then trended down. So what do we have here? Pretty much the same thing. Impulse move, consolidation, another impulse move, then we get a sell-off, kind of a rounded bottom type thing with like a scam wick here in the middle, and then now, you know, set like, okay, this is getting kind of messy now, but set this high, broke down, and then set a lower high. So set this high, broke down, set a lower high. So yeah, guys, that pretty much sums it up for me. I'm bearish, expecting more downside over the next few days. Probably a pretty violent move if I had to guess. This is my next level of support here at 6,900. If that breaks, I'm looking at 63.83 again. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope it was clear enough. And yeah, I will talk to you guys in the next video. Thanks.